walk my dog every night. Same route, same time, round midnight when the streets are empty and the air feels still enough to hear your own footsteps. It's quiet in a way that feels safe, predictable. That's why I noticed the car. It was parked near the edge of the park, engine running, headlights on high beam, washing the street in harsh white light, too bright for no reason. I slowed a little. My dog didn't. He kept walking, nose low, but his ears were up, stiff, watching. I told myself it was nothing, someone on their phone, waiting for someone. It happens. I crossed the street. That's when the horn went off. 2 long blasts, aggressive, loud enough to make my chest jump. I turned instinctively, squinting into the glare. The car didn't move. For a second. Then it did. The engine roared, tires screamed, and it came straight at me, fast, too fast. I didn't think, I ran. My dog bolted with me, leash snapping tight in my hand as we sprinted for the house. My keys slipped from my fingers once, clattering against the pavement before I grabbed them again. The sound of the engine was right behind me, closing in. I could feel it. I made it onto the porch, just as the car tore past, so close the wind of it shoved against me. I slammed the door behind me, my hands shaking so badly I fumbled the lock twice before it clicked. Silence. Then the engine again, slower this time. I moved to the window, careful, keeping the lights off. The car turned at the end of the street, came back, same speed, same path, but now the headlights were off, the windows pitch black. I couldn't see inside. It passed the house again, slower, then turned, came back again and again for 20 minutes, back and forth, never stopping, never honking again, just circling, waiting. My dog stood beside me, completely still, staring at the door, not barking, not moving, just watching. At one point, the car slowed directly in front of the house, stopped. The engine idled low, almost a hum. I held my breath. The silence stretched, and for a moment I thought someone would get out, knock, try the handle. But nothing happened. After a while, it drove off, just like that, gone. No sound, no warning. The street returned to silence. I didn't sleep that night, or the next. I told myself it was random, a drunk driver, a mistake. It had to be. Until the 3rd night, same time, same street. I didn't go out. I stayed inside, watching through the window, waiting. And right on schedule, headlights appeared at the edge of the park, bright, blinding. The car rolled into place, engine idling, facing my house. This time, it didn't honk, it didn't chase. It just sat there, lights fixed on my door, like it already knew I wasn't coming outside again. And that made something in my chest tighten even more, because it meant it hadn't been trying to hit me the first night. It had been trying to make sure I knew exactly which house was mine. We moved into the apartment because it was affordable. Ground floor, older building, the kind of place where the pipes knock at night and the walls hold sounds longer than they should. It was just me and my daughter, Lena, and our cat. The first night felt normal. The second, quieter. Too quiet. It was Lena who saw him first. She told me a week later after everything came out. That night she woke up because the cat was acting strange. Not loud, not panicked, just alert, sitting in the hallway, perfectly still, staring toward her bedroom door, its tail twitching slowly. Lena said she thought it was watching something move, but she couldn't hear anything. No footsteps, no breathing, nothing. She sat up in bed, rubbing her eyes, and that's when she saw him, standing in her doorway, not moving, just watching. A man she didn't recognize, tall, thin, his face half hidden in shadow. She said he didn't look surprised to see her awake, just patient, like he had been there longer than he should have, watching, waiting. Lena froze, didn't scream, didn't move. She told me later her body felt heavy, like she couldn't make it respond. Then the cat hissed, sharp, sudden. The man turned, and in that second, Lena said she saw his face clearly. Not angry, not scared, just blank. He stepped back, fast, and then he was gone, through the living room, through the window. By the time I woke up, Lena was shaking beside me. I checked everything. Doors locked, windows closed, nothing out of place. I told her it was a dream. I needed it to be. A week passed. Nothing happened. No sounds, no signs. I started to believe it, until the smell. It came from the hallway, faint at first, stale, sweet, like old breath trapped in a closed space. I followed it to the utility closet, the water heater room. We barely used it, just storage. I opened the door. The smell hit harder, thick, stagnant. My stomach turned. Everything looked normal. Boxes, cleaning supplies, but something felt disturbed, shifted. I crouched down. That's when I saw it. Behind the heater, a gap, too small for anything useful, but something had been pushed back there. I reached in, my fingers brushed paper. I pulled it out, a notebook, worn, dirty, the edges curled. My hands trembled as I opened it. Pages filled with drawings, rough, repeated. Our apartment, the hallway, my bedroom, Lena's room, us sleeping, over and over again. Same angles, same positions, different nights. Dates scribbled beside them, names, my name, Lena's name, written again and again. My breath caught. I flipped further, more pages, lists, times, when lights turned off, when we woke up, when we left, when we came back. My hands shook so badly I almost dropped it. Behind the heater, something crinkled. I reached in again, pulled out a pair of gloves, worn thin, and gum wrappers, dozens of them, folded neatly, stacked, like someone had been there for a long time. My chest tightened. The air felt wrong, too close, too full, and that's when I noticed something that made my skin go cold. The dust back there was disturbed, fresh, like something had just shifted. I turned slowly. The closet suddenly felt smaller, the door too far, too narrow. And as I stepped back, clutching the notebook to my chest, I heard it, a soft sound from inside the wall, right behind the water heater. A slow, careful breath, holding, listening,
waiting to see if I'd leave or if I'd realize he never actually left at all.
The scratching woke me up, soft, irregular, like fingernails brushing against wood. I lay there for a moment, staring at the ceiling, trying to place it. The apartment was silent otherwise. No cars, no neighbors, just that faint, persistent sound coming from the front door. Scratch, pause, scratch. I checked my phone, 3:12 a.m. My throat felt dry as I got out of bed. The floor was cold under my feet, the air in the hallway even colder, the kind of cold that doesn't belong indoors. The scratching stopped the moment I stepped closer. I froze, waited. Nothing. Then a soft thump right against the door. My chest tightened. I moved slowly, careful not to make noise, and leaned toward the peephole. I didn't turn on any lights, just pressed my eye against the glass. At first I saw nothing, just darkness on the porch. Then something shifted, a shape. Small, maybe 4 feet tall, standing too close to the door for the porch light to catch it fully. Its outline was dull, almost absorbing what little light there was. And it was moving, slowly, deliberately. Its body dipped forward, then back, in a smooth, looping motion. Its arms, if that's what they were, extended outward and oscillated up and down, like wings moving through thick air. Not random, precise, repetitive, like a dance it had practiced too many times. I didn't breathe. The rhythm felt wrong, too steady, too perfect. My eye started to water from not blinking, but I didn't dare pull away, because something about it felt directed, not performing, showing. I shifted slightly, my foot brushing against the floor behind me, just enough to change my weight. The peephole caught it. The light inside the lens shifted, barely, but enough. The figure stopped. Instantly, mid-motion, frozen. My stomach dropped. Slowly, its head turned, not toward the door, toward the peephole, toward me. I felt my breath catch hard in my throat, my hand pressing flat against the wall to steady myself. It couldn't see me, not through that, not in the dark, but it was looking directly at the lens, unmoving, waiting. I stepped back, just a little. The figure moved, fast, closing the distance to the door in a single silent motion. Something struck the wood from the outside, not hard, just enough to make the surface tremble under my fingertips. I stumbled back, my heart slamming against my ribs. Silence followed, total. I stood there for a long time, staring at the door, my ears straining for any sound. Nothing came. Eventually, I forced myself to look again. Slowly, carefully, I leaned in and pressed my eye to the peephole. The porch was empty, no movement, no shape, just darkness. I exhaled, shaky and thin, told myself it was over. Then I noticed something. The angle, the light through the peephole felt wrong, higher, like it was coming from above the door now. My stomach twisted, because peepholes only work one way. You can't see someone standing above them, unless they're close enough, pressing their face flat against the other side,
waiting for you to look again.